Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Homeless Surfer here, Destry Wade at your service, the Homeless Surfer himself. Good to have you back today. I always look forward to these parts of my day. So, like I said, it's kind of my confessional. So I get to talk to you guys and get some stuff off my chest and move forward. So it's kind of awesome that we're here together. By way of Be Best Me Media, the overall reason that this is even existing, things are really rocking forward. We got books on Kindle. We've got books at Amazon, which is Kindle, I guess. Barnes and Noble, also through Buy Me a Cup of Coffee shop. I'm still setting up the website; is almost finalized, and that will be up. All going to be interconnected, so that I'm easy to find. That's what I'm hoping for. Please, if you get a chance, a couple things real quick on business: like, subscribe, comment, and share. Share's huge, I guess. I'm learning, how I'm learning this stuff, right? So I guess sharing is huge. So I need you to share with your friends. So maybe they'll tell a friend thing. That'd be cool because two people tell two people tell two people. Holy crap, man. All of a sudden, the homeless surfer ain't homeless no more. That would be cool. I like this place though. This is good. I just, hey, it's not forever. Like I keep telling you guys, you go, oh, he's got a home. I keep getting that in the comments. Well, you're in a home. No, this is like here. You can stay here. It's like a hotel room. You get to stay here as long as they let you. But they change their mind a lot. Now it's not because of personalities or anything. It's because of budgets and finance. And right now things are changing and moving around, and people are getting booted out of here. So good people in walkers and stuff. I don't even have a walker or anything like that. I still move pretty mobilely, considering my overall health condition. So anyway, so that's why this is here. But with that said, want to keep moving this thing forward because the whole point is not to be back to that homeless point. It's to stay away from it. And so, like we were talking about a couple days ago or yesterday, the way to monetize this thing is slow and steady, but we're going to keep working at it. So please like, help, subscribe, share. Go check out my shops. I've got them on X. Oh, and I'm on X now too. Check those out. That's all political humor. But it still all goes to Be Best Media. It's all wrapped up into one ball. And as I continue to develop stuff, I'm just putting them under that umbrella. So that'll be for tax purposes. There's one company with a lot of different product lines. And yeah, good thing about being a homeless surfer, but also an educated homeless surfer and experienced in business, I kind of know how to set things up properly, which is the miracle. And that's the manifestation. Because in order to do this from the street, there's guys with all kinds of opportunities right now standing in front of them, but they're not jumping. People, you're standing there looking at what you could do and not doing it. So hopefully this is motivation. Like, dude, if I can do it sitting on my ass on the sand or here in a rental barn, which I'm never in other than when I do this with you guys, I'm pretty much outside doing my outside stuff. You see my colors starting to come back. I can start getting my raccoons back. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm outside doing stuff. So the bottom line is you can set this up too, without a doubt. Anything you want to do. Just choose something and go for it. And don't be your worst enemy. Don't get in your own way, because that's what we tend to do more than anything else. I succeeded or failed based on my desire, based on my acceptance. If I'm going to succeed, if you tell yourself you're going to fail, you're going to fail. If you don't take the jump, you don't even know if you can fly or not. So take the jump and fall. So what? Because if you don't take the jump at all, you failed just without even trying. At least try. You're going to shock the shit out of yourself. That's just amazing. Even if I've walked into meetings scared as shit, but got myself in that door, turned around, made a great pitch, got totally rejected. But you know what? I walked out of that feeling so freaking good that I went in there. Because how many times do you talk yourself out of it? My God, that's like my favorite thing to do is just talk myself out of what's good for me. Oh, that's good for you. Well, let's not do that. God forbid I do something good for myself. That would suck. What? That's how we think. Subconsciously, that's what we're doing to ourselves. So let's not do that. It doesn't work out well. I read you poetry the other day. So I was thinking this one thing, man. You ever see Coach Carter? That's where I learned this from. The poetry about our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. This I can completely and honestly relate to. The whole point of being great is not letting yourself feel inadequate. You are powerful. You have the power. It was born in you, it was given to you from the gate. And unfortunately, since the time we went into preschool, some people, God forbid, earlier than that, lost their ability to say, I'm okay, just the way I am. I don't have to change. You don't. You don't have to change. As long as you're happy with you. If you're miserable fuck walking around, then I consider making some changes. So I'm not miserable because life is short. Why do you want to be miserable? Wouldn't you rather be whistling through the park than fucking looking at your feet shuffling? I think you would rather whistle. So, let's look at it like that. And let's put aside our fears of inadequacy because that's not what we're afraid of. We're afraid of succeeding. We're used to failing. What happens when you succeed? Then what's next? Well, now you got responsibilities, obligations. People look up to you. Holy crap. And that scares you more than success itself. So let's get it together. One of the parts I really like about this is this poem challenges you not to think small. That recognizing that our power, our talents, and our responsibilities are ours. No one else's. No one else is going to be there to pay your phone bill. You got to pay it, right? Well, same. If they're not there to pay your phone bill for you, then they have no right to tell you what phone company you ought to be using. Who cares what they say? Do your thing. Do your thing, not theirs. This is your life. They've got to live theirs. And unfortunately, those people that are the most miserable inside themselves tend to want to act out or strike out at everybody else as far as telling them how they should live. And ironically speaking, they don't even know how to live at all. In fact, they're completely avoidance of their own life. There's a psychological studies that talk about that overcompensation. The preacher screaming about pornography is the one that's got the biggest Playboy collection. So let's not fall into those ridiculous old predictable traps. We are divine beings in the last phases of development of existence as far as the way we know things now. It's going to change. You're going to fall asleep one day and it's going to be like you woke up in a dream, but it's not a dream. You actually woke up in reality. Because this is the dream. This is the you want to go down to earth and try to get a body and see how that works out for you? What do you think, guys? 2/3 of us said, heck, I'll go. Another third said, I ain't going nowhere, man. I like it right here. So, that's that. But this part, enjoy it while you're here. Be you. Again and again, I say it over and over and over. Be you. Be the best you can be, which is why Be Best Me Media exists. So that you guys, that myself, can continue to exert myself in a positive method and a positive message for everybody's consumption. I'm not a preacher. There's no plate going around here, guys. We ain't doing that shit. My opinion, and I'll give you my opinion. Trust me, I'm really good at that shit. My opinion is quit going to fucking church and putting your money in a jar for somebody else to spend. How about this? When you go to church this week, take the money you were going to give to the preacher, put it back in your pocket. And I guarantee you, within 2 hours of leaving that church, you'll find a valuable reason that money's in your pocket. And it ain't for you. You'll find a person that's in need that you can actually help and use your discernment. And if you don't give a shit about that, you know what they use the money for, then just give them the damn money. But then you're doing something with it. Preachers drive nice cars, wear gold watches, wear $400, $500 shoes, $2,000 suits, get their hair done. It's ridiculous. Jesus Christ, who is the preacher, didn't he have a home? Didn't even own a damn donkey or horse. He had to borrow a donkey to ride into Jerusalem because he got really tired of walking. Right? That's how that story works, I think. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a historian. I'm not a go to church kind of guy, but I am a realist that looks at it and says, after what I've seen, those people are the fucking evil ones. They're called in biblical terminology, charlatans. They're taking money for them to read a book and tell you what it says. They're critics. They're freaking movie critics. And you're paying them for their opinion. Fuck you. Write your opinion in the paper. I'll read it if I want to. And I don't. I don't need critics. I don't need no one to read shit for me or tell me what things are. I don't want talking heads on my TV set telling me they're experts in this, unless they were born and lived it every minute of their lives and they're 80 years old right now. And even then, you're probably still not an expert. Don't tell me that shit. You're not. None of us are experts at shit. Now, we got some study at stuff. We got some experience at stuff. Some of us read a lot more about certain subjects than others, but that's what we did. We read more about certain subjects than others. Have we lived more of those subjects? No, it's like biblical experts. How are you a biblical fucking expert if you've never been in the Bible? If your name don't appear in the Bible, you ain't no biblical fucking expert. So stop telling me that shit. So anyway, that's my rant about the religion. I want that stuff to go away because it's wrong. I found that out in my freaking coma. It is wrong. Anyway, and the crazy thing about that, and let me give you the final thing. The problem we have is everything that God asks us to do that's good, somehow man fucks it up. God said, gather in my name. That's all he said. He said, gather in my name and I will be there. Because 2 or more of you praying to me draws my attention in appreciation that you both respect me at the same time and aren't embarrassed to bow in front of me together. Because trust me, again, bowing is not easy. Get on your knees, man. Come on, bitch, kneel down. That's hard. It was for me, still is. There's a lot of times I pray sitting up. Because that kneel thing, dude, is tough. I got an ego. I got pride. I don't know, but it's hard, and I have a hard time doing it. So I understand that part. But the bottom line is, he said, "Gather in my name, and I will come." Okay, cool. And Jesus even proved he's gathered in God's name, and boom, saw miracles and shit happen. Jesus never passed a plate around, ever. Remember that. That tithing money by God was ordered by you, and they're going to throw out the Malachi thing. I know. And you know what's weird about this? Malachi, when I was a Mormon kid, when I was like 9th grade, you have to go to this seminary thing before church. So, before school, every freaking morning, 5 a.m. You're going to church. You wonder why I don't like church? No, but that didn't have anything to do with it. But the only time I ever went was this one time they were doing a scripture chase, and I got assigned to learn Malachi something, something, something. But I remember the verse was, pay me your 10%, basically. Was like God was saying, you're shorting me, man, on my 10%. I got to have my share to help the poor. And that's what he ordered. And then the preacher grabs that one, and then the preacher over here grabs this one in the New Testament and says, oh, well, if you gather in my name, I shall come. So gather in my name and pay me 10%. It's all in the Bible. It's beautiful, right? That's how twisted they make shit, dude. It wasn't, and you can see by what I'm talking about, it's not on, they don't even relate to each other. Yes, pay tithing. You know why? Tithing is how you help the poor. Because unfortunately, in this world where God said also, money's going to be the root of all the evil, he's right. Because money corrupted churches again, didn't it? See, and here we are. It's one big circle. That's my friends. I'm always going like this. Always coming back around no matter what. And it does. We're not new. This has been done before. We're repeat, rewash. The old wash, or what is it? Wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah. We're on repeat again and again and again. Luckily for me, I think it's about the last repeat from what I've seen. This is it. The prophecies are coming true. There's nothing around it. I'm not tripping on it. I read them all. Some of them look pretty shitty. But what the hell? I'm just going to watch the news and see what happens. Keep trying to be the best me I can be. And if I do that till I die and nothing else ever happens, great. If I do this till I die and Jesus Christ himself comes back and retakes the earth right in front of my freaking eyes, which, whoa, that'll be a trip. Seriously, can you see CNN and MSNBC and shit and Fox going, Jesus Christ came back today? And one's saying, well, he says he's Jesus, but the other one says, well, and the other guy over here is like, well, we really believe that Jesus has returned. Can you imagine this? I mean, it's crazy shit to imagine because our minds are very limited. We don't have that ability to see the dimensions that are happening right around you. So anyway, letting us move on is good because it really is to me a fact of accepting it and just knowing it's gonna happen and it's happening. And I can feel it. I was given that gift because I was given the truth that I asked for. Every damn answer I ever asked for in my 61 years to that time, 59 at that time, was given to me. And like I said, I wasn't talking. When I was in my coma, I didn't speak. There was no conversation coming from my mouth talking to someone else. Like I could talk to myself right now, looking in the mirror, right? Basically, none of that. I had my eye view looking at the world, and I heard everything going around and saw everything, but no one ever talked. You know, it's kind of like you see movies where the guy's dead, but he doesn't know he's dead, but he's trying to talk to people, but people are just walking right through him or right past him because they don't even really see him there anymore. Yeah, that's how it was for me when I was in my coma. And the crazy thing is, I got to travel the whole history of things, man. I mean, question after question after question. And even cooler was he put it all in chronological order so I could totally remember it and understand it because I can't remember a lot of shit, which you got to remember too is when I came out of my coma, and because of the massiveness, I guess, the large, big heart attack. This is the big one. Speaking of big earthquake, this is a big heart attack, and the lack of oxygen that I had, they worried about brain damage, which I don't know if they could tell because I think I was kind of brain damaged before. I'm kidding. I don't know if he's different or not. I can't quite tell. So yeah, see, I am brain damaged, but about forgetting things. That's what I was going into. They told me specifically you're going to have a lot of memory lapses, and they're right. I mean, literally, man, the first couple of weeks was really hard because I'd be seeing people that I knew, but I didn't know them. You know what I mean? You ever see someone you're, God, I know that guy. Fuck, very familiar to me. Who is that? I went through that like every day with everybody, including my best friend and my daughter. I didn't even remember my daughter. I kept calling my daughter my sister's name because to me, in my mind somewhere, she was my sister. So maybe that does shoot a hole in everything that I felt that I've been through or saw in that coma. But I don't believe so because that was different. I remembered it, and it was put in my brain in a way that it overcame so much shit. You know all that crap in your head that you get your gut that just drives you crazy, stresses you out. Yeah, it's like this whole thing was just laid over the top of that. Like here's the truth. So all those things that are stressing you out become so minor and so ridiculous in the grand sense of everything. You know, my coworker, she's such a bitch. All she does is complain to me, makes fun of I hate that person. I hate that person. And then now you got that feeling in you. You know, all from some dumb person that doesn't matter. You know, take heart in the fact that they just don't matter to you. You know, I don't take heart in wishing them harm. Don't damn somebody. You don't want to do that. You don't want harm. You don't want to wish harm on people. It's all a circle. Remember that. You wish harm on someone, you're going to get harmed, or someone you love is going to get harmed. And that sucks. So don't do it. Don't be hateful. Do what you were told to do. Don't be envious. Envy is one of the worst things ever. We look at the other guy and say, I want that. How dare he gets that and I don't? Like I got shorted out in life? Nah. I had other things that he never had. And you have other things that I'll never have. And I have things you'll never have. And that's bitching. That's why it's fun to talk to each other because we learn from each other that way. Like, wow, I never even thought of things like that. And you never thought of the way I thought either. Wow, that's really cool, man. We learned, we both went to the same movie and saw a different ending, a different meaning. And it happens all the time. So, let's keep moving forward. Let's stand strong. Let's not let's express, that's what it is. Let's express a divine light within us, not dim the divine light in front of us so that we better fit in with our fellow man. If you shine your light, you give people permission to shine theirs. And watch what happens, dude. Play with this shit. I promise you. Play with it. I do. And I checked. As far as I've been taught, told, or researched in any way, shape, or form, it's okay. If you can levitate, it's okay to levitate shit. Why not? It's practice, right? Manifestation. There's nothing wrong with manifesting things. It's what you do. That's life. Manifest it, practice it, play with it, but know how it works. Don't play with it wrong because it won't work. And it'll just disappoint you. But if you know how it works, You can do it. Play with it. Play with being happy. Watch how people, if you come out and you're strong and just talk to somebody you never talked to before, and you're happy and hey, you look great. No matter what they say, you give them compliment. That will give them freedom to start opening up because they realize you're not there to harm them because most people walk up to you, you're defensive right away. Okay, I got to defend myself first. Okay. Yeah, it looks okay. They're not going to hurt me. Okay, a little bit down, but not too far. I might have to block it. You don't know if it's over yet, you know? Hold it down. Hold it down. Dude, get rid of that. Open up. It's okay if they hurt you. That's on them. You know, like I say, don't take pleasure in what's going to happen to other people. Just take knowledge that it is. And that you don't have to, I don't have to hit you in the face if you call me a motherfucker. I don't care if you call me a motherfucker. No, you can't call me a bitch. Don't call me no fucking bitch because I'll go off. Ask my friends. That's the one word. And that's the prison thing that made me that way. But, you know, anything else, it doesn't hurt. You can't hurt me. And it's going to come back at you. Remember, sticks and stones will break my bones, and angels will never hurt me? Or something about something, throw it and stick by you or something like that. It'll stick on you. Throw it at me, bounce off me, and or I'm rubber, you're glue. Throw it on me, it'll stick on you. Yeah, something like that. There you go. No one's bothering you. Don't let them bother you. They're trying to. Specifically, if you're finding your spirituality, then watch. Real quick before I go, I'm going to tell you a quick story. One time when I was just in the very beginning of what would be known as a long time of addiction, I decided I was going to quit doing cocaine. That was enough. We started to smoke it now. It was getting a little crazier. We just decided we're going to quit. And back then it was getting bad enough to where when you're getting all fucked up with your friends and you go around and you try to ask your dealer for a little bit more just to help you get through, you know, have you ever been there? You understand where I'm at that point, you know, and the dealers are like, fuck you know, and you're thinking in your head, God damn, I spent $10,000 last month with this motherfucker and he won't give me $50 right now? Are you bastard son of a bitch? And that's how you feel, right? But then you say, okay, a couple of days later, you're like, fuck this, fuck all this shit. I'm not gonna be that guy no more. I'm not gonna do nothing. So you quit. And it's okay because you're right at you're at the tipping point now. This is a tipping point moments. Okay. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the day you say, now I'm giving it up. And you know it's right. You feel good inside. You feel great inside. Like, yes, I can do this. No problem. All of a sudden, out of every woodwork, nook, cranny, and cover comes somebody you know that smoked dope and just happened to be in the neighborhood with a handful of dope and wanted to come by and help you out. Swear to God. Your dealer shows up 2 days ago, said, fuck you, you can't get shit from me, man. Go get some money. I'll take your watch. You know, that guy. Because you haven't been around a couple of days, he's starting to notice the financial difference. He comes around, hey man, let me give you a little bit of shit. I got a new batch. Try this one out. You know what I mean? That's how that shit works. So bottom line is with that story is, why was I telling you that story anyway? When you don't want it, it comes. When you quit something, it's going to come. So when you decide to start saying, hey, you know what? I got to pick a fucking side. If you pick the right side, the other side's going to come and give you shit. Pick one side or the other, they're going to come. The other side's going to try to give you shit. All of a sudden, everything that you didn't want to have happen is starting to happen to you. And it's designed to scare the shit out of you. To make you go, okay, I submit. I'll just go back to doing what I was doing. I like the quiet. I like none of this confrontational shit that's now going on because I made a choice. You got to stand with your choice, man. You got to stand with your choice. No matter which side you choose, you got to stand with them because they're yours now. So pick who you're going to be with. You can always come back to a point, but I'd say, my friends, pick well. Use your heart, not your mind. Don't let your mind get in the way of what you know is your heart. Your heart's where the right answers are. Your mind's a bunch of filtrations, a bunch of shit. That kid was mean to me in third grade, and oh shit, that bitch in fourth grade that stole my boyfriend. And God, I hate that dude over there that called me a fag one day. You know, all these things raging through your little head all day long, all day long, all day long. And you're trying to ask for truth in that shit? You ain't gonna find it up there, bro. It ain't in there. It's been stolen from us. They programmed it out of us through media. Swear to God. Like I said, I've been in media my whole life. I know how to play you. So you don't. They've been playing with us. So you got to go to your heart. Go to your heart. Go to your knees and ask God what the hell is going on for me. Not about the whole world. Not about everything else. Let's just focus on the simple part, you. But you got to get the right station, dude. You ain't gonna reach him on 95.5. He's up at 106.7. KROQ. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. That's KRQ, but right? No, yeah, KRQ. And then there's 99X, 91X. 91X is the other one. So I was a punk rocker, dude. So anyway, so with all that said, I love you guys. Hang in there. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. I'm going to get on the phone, try to monetize with an attorney today. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have some bitchin' exciting news that I nailed an attorney. It's going to help me with my monetization program because that's how I get to keep doing this and not end up sleeping in the sand again. Because it's just, dude, once you get indoors from being outside, once you're outside for a while, you're hard. You can handle shit. Cold weather don't bother you. Shit like that, rain, getting wet a little bit, no big deal. Being dirty, no problem. You know, you just get used to it, piece by piece. Then you come indoors from that. Guess what happens? You turn into a fucking pussy. I'm scared to go outside, man. I don't want to go out in the dark. Anyway, help me keep going. Let's keep pushing. Please check out my books. Please subscribe, tell a friend, do all those really great things. Love you guys. Hang loose. No surf today. Surf sucks today. It's today's surf report.